Yo, my neighbor.
Yes, sir. Getting the kids ready so we can head down to the office. I'll see you guys there.
Nice. Guys, do me a favor when you step in. If you're not speaking, just mute your mic. Thank you. Thank you. Doing us all the service. We don't want to hear you hitting your kids.
Drop off, Chris.
Again, about one more minute, then we'll get this rolling. I know everybody got stuff to do, and then we got our meeting to run as well. Again, if you guys are just stepping in, say hello, say where you're from. Take your mic, take your mic off of mute, say hello, and tell us where you're from.
Hi there, Charles from West Covina.
Covina in the house. Love it.
Hello, Carlton from Queens, New York.
Queens. There you go. West Coast to East Coast.
Mari Cruz from Colton, California.
Hi, Mari. All right, guys, we're about to get this rolling. We got to get going. First and foremost, good morning. Thank you for those that showed up, got here on time, right? But they always tell us I'm a construction guy, right? Background out of for those of you that don't know me, my name is Johnny Montes, and out of Southern California, Hawaiian Gardens to be exact. That's in LA County. Small, it's Long Beach, little bitty piece called Hawaiian Gardens, and then you get to Orange County, so right in the borderline. I've been doing solar for about 3 years. 3 years now. I would say first 6 months were half-assed. Before this, I had zero sales experience. I tell people half ha he. Only sales I did was back when I was like 17, 18, did a little, so a little weed back in the day. But I was a youngster. It was my late teenage years, right? Other than that, zero sales experience. And I say that because, like I said, anyone can do it. If I can do it, come in here and do well, you guys can do it. Anyone can do it. When I was in my early 20s, I was merchandising for Budweiser. I would go to the stores and stock. I was saving money because I actually made music. I was in the music scene. Teenager, early teens, and I was making music, studio time, right? I was a hip hopper. That's my background. That phase went by. I'm still an artist at heart. You still see me pop up here and there doing things, but I had a kid. I'm actually a blue collar guy. I've always worked with my hands. So I was a union carpenter. Southwest Carpenter, baby. If any of you guys are familiar down here in California with the union, I was in a carpenter's union. Great job, great benefits, great everything. Unfortunately, me and my son's mom, we split up and do our thing, and I had to raise my son. My son lives with me. Some of you guys have met little Johnny. My son lives with me. I'm raising my son. And if any of you are familiar with construction, right, some of those are 10, 12, 14-hour days, 16-hour days. It is what it is. Sometimes it's night work. And even if you're working 8 hours, sometimes the job site is 2 hours away. Then you got to drive back home, and it's 2.5 hours to get home, right? That's a long time to be away from a 3-year-old at the time. So I had to look for something else. It's like, what can I do? I need freedom. I need time. What can I do? And I ended up meeting another beautiful woman who's now here right now. Her name is Mari as well, Mari Selen. She's like, you need to be in sales. Why are you doing this construction stuff? I get it. You're good. It's a good job. You want to get your contractor's license, but why aren't you doing sales? You need the time freedom. My kid was 3 years old. My mom helped me out Monday through Wednesdays, Thursday and Fridays. I had no one to watch him. So she would drop him off on the way to work at my brother's barbershop. My brother owns a barbershop. Drop him off there. He'd be there at the barbershop, a 3-year-old, from 10 o'clock to whatever time I came home from work, which is loud for a little kid. I had to look for something else. And my lady's like, you need to get into sales. Look, she got into solar first. She set me up an appointment and everything. I took a day off. I took the meeting. I'm like, whatever, we'll see what it is. Took the job and I did all right. I was like, whatever, this is kind of cool. I like the concept of it. No money down, no money out of pocket, saving people money. That was great. And I was about to quit. I sold 2 deals. One of them was my parents. One of them was just some random guy I met at a job site. But I'm like, I don't know. I was about to leave. And the gentleman that was helping me out was like, look, Johnny, before you leave, come to this meeting. Invited me to a meeting, and I pulled up. And that changed my life. I love the people's mindset. It was all about growth. Everyone was helping each other out. It's about building each other up. And I'm like, you know what? These are the people that I need to be around. But I need to have a plan. Right? You don't make money from one day to the next with solar. It takes a little bit of time. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to have a plan. So what I did is I got listed all my bills down to the cent, down to the penny, wrote it down. And was like, okay, I got to save this much money in order for me to quit my job and do this full time. And if I don't get a sale for 6 months, I know my bills are paid. I had no sales experience, but I love people. I love people. I love helping people. I love solving problems. And I genuinely care about people. And I can talk to people. There's a rule in the house that if we're running late to a birthday party and we have to run into the store and get a quick gift card or a gift bag, I'm not allowed to go in that store. My lady's like, no, you're going to turn this 3-minute trip into a 30-minute trip. You're going to find someone to talk to. So I'm not allowed to make quick store runs. So I ended up saving my money. Once I hit my goal, quit my job, came in and started doing solar full time, May of 2022. Okay. And that's something I just want to share with you guys is having a plan. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a plan. I would still be out here in the construction site. I would still be looking for someone to take care of my kids, take them to school, pick them up. And some of you guys, well, I'm not saying some of you, I don't speak to everybody, but some people, don't have a plan. When I started with solar, I didn't have a plan. So that's a little bit what we're going to speak about today. And this is from me, my point of view, my experience. There's a lot of people here that have been very, very successful in a lot of different things. So some people might do things a little different, but this is right how I broke things down.
Recording in progress.
What ended up working out for me and helped me get out of that situation that I was in and put me in the situation that I'm in now. My son just went back to school last week. I didn't have to ask anybody for permission. Hey, can I take the day off to take my kid to school? Get out of here. It started off with this. Simple and plain, right? Kind of cliche. What's your why? Why are you doing this? Why was I doing this? Right? If you guys don't know, now you know. That little kid. That's my why. Right? This is when we were actually doing this is still NEM2 days. I don't know if any of you guys here that are in California went to downtown LA. There, Don't Tax the Sun rally. There was a bunch of thousands of solar reps and solar companies were there trying to, fight NEM3 from kicking in. That's my little one right there. Out here knocking doors with me. I had zero experience in knocking doors, but nothing was going to stop me. Right? I saved my money. I had my plan. Let's roll. Before it got too hot. When it started getting too hot, and I didn't bring them out, but bought him a little, hey, I gotta go. I got a timeline. I got goals. Bought him a little stroller, little thing, and a nice little Jeep. Let's roll. Let's go hit some doors. He loved it. Knocking on people's doors, he loved it. His first day of school, I didn't have to ask anyone for permission. When I was in construction, hey, bro, can I take the day off? Or, hey, I need the day off. I don't have to ask. I can tell, hey, look, I'm taking Monday off. That's cool. But they need the bodies at those job sites. It's cool. Take Monday off, but when you come, you might not be able to come back on Tuesday. Right. I didn't have to ask anyone for permission. So what helped me out? Where did this start for me? And I had help from people. People helped me. I didn't do this alone. I don't believe in that whole self-made stuff. Some of you here, I don't know, raise your hand if you are, consider yourself self-made. But I've never done anything on my own. I had help from a lot of people. A lot of people helped me. People that were already successful, people that believed in me before I even believed in myself. Write that shit down, okay? Sorry, guys, but write it down. If your plan is in your head, it isn't a plan. It's just a thought. I used to just be like, hey, cool, I got it. It's in my head. I got this. No, it's just a thought. I took this directly, screenshot, slapped it. According to research, Dr. Freud Luskin of Stanford University, right? Chances are he might be a pretty smart guy. A human being has approximately 60,000 thoughts per day, and 90% of those are repetitive, right? Let's start your calculator, do the quick math, right? If 90% of your thoughts are repetitive, that means that you're thinking the same thing. Out of those 60,000 thoughts, 54,000 are the same thing. So if you're thinking negatively, what do you think the majority of those thoughts are? Whereas if you have a plan, you write that down and you just become that. You breathe positivity, you think positivity, you think your goals, you live your goals, you breathe your goals, you eat everything, your plans. That's what those 54,000 thoughts become. Right now, Mr. Sam Bean, he told us last time, right, about the whole the Earl Nightingale. right? I've been listening to that video minimum once a day. And we said it, everything starts in your head. It's a thought. Everything's a thought. What you think is super, super important before it even happens, before it manifests in the physical, before it manifests in your bank account. When people say one thing that, man, I love that I listen to that. And if anybody here has a favorite phrase or sentence from that, or anybody's listening to the Strangest Secret, put in your favorite line in the chat. Let's see who's actually plugging in. One of my favorites was what he said. People think that they got to be, in order to make money, they got to be successful, but it's the other way around. You got to be successful, and that leads you to making money. It's like looking at the stove and saying, "Hey, I'm going to wait for this, for the fire to start before I start, pretty much throwing logs in the fire," or something like that. So it wasn't a direct quote. All you have to do is create. There you go. Thank you. Your plan is your GPS. It's your roadmap to reaching your goals. When you run into an obstacle, you need to be able to look at your GPS for directions to stay on track. It happens all the time. How many of you guys, hey, I'm going from here to here, you put in your directions, and then there's an accident, there's some traffic, there's something, and it automatically tells you, boop, hey, detour. Let's go this way instead. Right? But why does that happen? Because you have a destination plugged into your GPS. If you just looked at the map and you didn't have no destination on it, it's not going to tell you anything. You're just rolling, freestyling, hoping. And that doesn't work in real life. Right? Your plan is your GPS. Be specific and be realistic. I got checked by one of my really, really close, actually my upline. His name is Jerry Macias. He actually got me into Bill. He actually connected me with Wences and everybody here. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even been in solar. He believed in me before I believed in myself. But he asked me, he's like, "Hey man, so when you start doing solar, how many doors are you gonna knock?" "What do you mean?" "Yeah, how many doors are you gonna knock every time you go knock doors?" "I don't know." Like, "Okay, well, how many people are you gonna call?" "I don't know." And I got mad. I was like, "Man, F you." And I hung up on him. I really did. And I called him back later. I apologize. "Hey, look, I apologize. Okay, talk to me about what you were telling me the other day." Because it's like, yeah, man, you have to be specific and be realistic with what you're going to do. What, you just quit your job? You saved all this money. You're going to quit your job. You're going to fail, and you're going to go back. Shit, he's right. So I had to be specific. This worked for me, right? And there's more to this. There's more layers to this. We're not going to go into depth because that could be a whole different training on its own. But I had to be very, very specific. I reverse engineer my plans, right? What do you want to achieve? I started small. He's like, "What do you want to achieve by the end of this month?" So I was like, okay, let's try this. This is just an example, right? I'm going to get 8 M1s, 8 closes, 8 deals by, not the end of the month, by August 31st, 2024. Very specific date. Because if you tell your brain, you tell your mind, "Oh, I'm going to get 8 closes by August," or by the end of the month, what month? What August? August 31st, 2024. Very specific. Everybody can look in the calendar and you can point at that. You know where to find that. End of month, I don't know what end of month is. Right. It's four full weeks in August. That means that I need to close 2 deals per week. And like I said, there's more layers to this, but we're not going to go super, super in depth with that, because now it comes down to, okay, how many leads you need to generate to get those sits, how many pitches does it take you to get those leads, right? That's a little bit more in detail, and tune in during the week and we go into depth in our 12 o'clock training. Average commission, let's be very conservative. It's about 6K, right? That means that I'm aiming to put 48K in the books August 31st, 2024, right? 6 times 8. This means that I need to get at least 3 leads generated a week and close 2 of those. Now, like I said, this is realistically attainable for me. Have I done more? Have I done less? Of course, right? But typically when I started, it was 3 and 1. If I had three leads, I sat down with 3 people, I was minimum going to close 1, unless all their credits suck, right? But 3 and 1. I got to the point where I know that if I sit 3, I'm going to close 2. This past week, I sat 3 and I closed 2. I should have been 3 for 3, but Enfin was having problems. We couldn't open the link, and yeah, I need to figure that out. But if not, Enfin, you ruined my ratio for the week. I would have been 3 for 3. This is realistically attainable for me. I've done it before. Right? There's times where I've closed, the most I've closed, I know some people, there's some hot shots in this, but the most I've ever closed personally, personal deals in a month has been 10. But I didn't just say, hey, I'm going to close 10 deals this month. It didn't start like that. It started with, okay, when I started solar, right, full-time May, I came in May, I did it was my first time, like full-time doing it. May, I got 0. June, I got 3. July, I got 5. August, I got 7. September, I got 10. Should have been 11, but Sunnova didn't do a credit, didn't do something right, and ended up getting canceled. And yeah, I'm still a little bit about Sunnova. If any of you know Sunnova, you know. But again, this was realistically attainable, and I started little by little. I didn't just start hitting home runs, right? Little by little, started increasing things, right? Which leads to being realistic, being honest with yourself. One thing someone told me, and I loved it, was stretch, don't stress. Set realistic expectations for yourself, right? I remember when at the company, when I first started, we were going around the room and we were saying, hey, what was everybody's goal? And people were just saying like, I want to make 100,000 in the next 6 months. I'm going to make 200,000. I'm going to make, and I'm looking around the room and I was like, shit, some of you guys haven't even closed one deal ever in the history of your solar career. How the hell are you going to make 100,000? You haven't even made $100. It just didn't click, right? That's not realistic. They're just hearing people say cool numbers. So like, cool. But what's the data behind your numbers? Improve incrementally. This is what really helped me. Like I told you guys, I didn't start off, I started off quick. My goal for this month, I had 0 deals ever in the history of my life. I need to get 2. Okay, cool. I got 2. Okay, next month, I'm gonna get 3. Okay. I was going for 3. I got 5. Okay, now let's take it up to 6 until eventually I got to those 10 personal deals, self-gen, knocking doors, referrals, so on and so forth, right? But it started little by little. I have an affirmations notebook. Let's see if I got it. I think I left it at my house. Yeah, but I have an affirmations notebook. And that's where I write my goals. What my goal for the week is, I write it as an affirmation every night, every morning. What my goal for the month is, what my goal for the year is, and what my another random goal that I have. I write that every single day in my affirmation book. Every single day. The annual goal doesn't change. The only ones that change are the weeklies and the monthly, slightly. You know, just according. Incremental improvement, right? You see it here. Look at the definition again. It's from very smart people. It's an approach to process improvement in which you and your staff, or in this case, just yourself or your team, focus efforts on smaller solutions that slowly but surely move the business towards success, right? One thing that's very key is the next sentence. These ideas are typically low cost, low risk. Low cost and low risk. So when I first got out there, right, when you asked me how many doors are you going to knock, I never knocked doors. Okay, look, let's start off with 30 doors a day. Cool. 30 doors a day for the week. 5 days a week. Actually, I was working 7 days a week, but I just say 5 days a week, 30 doors a day. Cool. Once I accomplish that next week, what am I going to do? I'm not going for 100 doors. Something very small, right? Incremental. I went 35 doors a day. Went from 30 to 35 doors a day. That's talk about low cost. That's no cost. Talk about low risk. That's no risk. The only risk is going into the wrong yard, getting bit by a dog, right? But that's no cost. It didn't cost me any more money to knock 5 more doors that following week. 5 more doors a day. Got it done in 30 minutes. It doesn't cost you anything to make 10 more phone calls, 5 more phone calls, right? Low cost, low risk. What I love again at the bottom was incremental change refers to change that occurs slowly without necessarily modifying the essence of social structures or organizational practices. Me knocking those additional 5 doors or making those additional 5 phone calls or 10 phone calls a day the following week didn't change the way I lived my life. I didn't change the way I lived my life. I just added a little bit more, right? Doing just a little bit more. And I did it very strategically. 30 doors the week after that, 35 doors the week after that, 40 doors, right? So on and so forth. To the point that I was knocking 50 doors a week, but then my skill got really good because as I was doing more, I was also training and getting better. So then, yeah, my ratios got really, really good, right? How did my ratios get good? Tracking yourself daily, capital daily. 8-point system. If you guys have not watched the 8-point system or not following the 8-point system, you need to. And if you don't know where it's at, I'm about to show you. You all have to build back office. So there's no excuse. Go. You click on your stuff. You go to the video library, quick start, 8-point system, JC Ranger. You see people post it all the time on the WhatsApp. Great way for you to track yourself daily. It's a daily point system. But there's other ways of doing it. If you're making phone calls, if you're out there knocking doors or whatever you're doing, how do you know what your ratios are? Again, right? What's your lead? What is your pitch or conversation to lead ratio? Does anybody here know that? Anybody that knocks doors? Any of you know your pitch to LG ratio? Anybody that cold calls? Any of you know your pitch to LG to lead gen? LG stands for lead generator. That's all I use. To LG ratio. Anybody know the ratio? Right now, I haven't been really knocking very much, but 7-to-1, which is all right. The best I've ever had was a 4-to-1 ratio. It took me four pitches, and pitches and conversations are not the same. You can have a conversation with a renter, conversation about their garden gnome, right? Conversation about their grass. That's not a pitch. A pitch is, hey, Mr. Homeowner, this is a problem. This is a solution. This is what I'm trying to do. Attempt it. They know what you're there for. Even if they say no, cool. That's a pitch. You got your pitch out. Be real with yourself, right? If you guys don't track yourself, you should. There's a free tally counter that you can download. It doesn't matter if it's Android or if it's iPhone, right here. And you can do something simple like this. I do this when I'm out knocking doors, right? Doors knocked, how many pitches I got, how many people were not home, how many hard no's, not interested. I don't count this as hard no's. How many hard no's did you get? How many leads did I generate? And how many, I like to include renters because I want to know. There's some areas where I hardly run into renters. I'm like, okay, this is a good area for me to come back and follow up. There's some areas that, like this area, I've knocked 36 doors. 16 of them were renters. When I come back to this area, I'm only going to spot knock. I'm not going to fully knock this area. And you can see my ratio for that right there, 6-to-1. A 6-to-1 ratio. Take me 6 pitches to generate 1 lead. Calendar, appointment, book, bill, everything locked in. Track yourself for a good amount of time. You do this every day. At the end of the month, at least in a month, you should have a decent ratio, a good realistic ratio. If you do it just once a week or just once, you're not gonna. It's like when you buy a new car and you guys bought a new car and you start driving it, you look at your miles per gallon and it tells you, hey, when it's brand new, hey, your MPGs are 60 miles per gallon. But then once you've been driving it for a month, you're like, oh man, I got a hit in foot. It's actually 22 miles per gallon. Right? Larger sample size gives you a better realistic, a more realistic ratio. And why a ratio is important because that tells you it takes the emotions out. I know that I have right now 7-to-1 ratio. I know that I need to talk to 7 people, minimum, get 7 pitches in when I'm out knocking. And I'm like, okay, cool. It doesn't matter if it takes me 50 doors, it can take me 10 doors, it can take me 20, it doesn't matter. I need to get that number. That's my magic number. It takes the emotion out of it. I'm not just out there freestyling. The emotion's fully out. Now I know that, okay, I'm at pitch number 4. Okay, oh man, I'm getting kicked. I'm getting my face kicked in today. But cool, I need 3 more pitches. Let me get 3 more pitches in and then I'm good. I'll get out the field. All right. But at least you know where you're at. I thought I was hot. I thought it was hot shit. Before I started tracking myself, because I was selling deals, I was closing deals, I was door knocking, doing whatever I was doing. I thought it was it. And then when I started tracking myself, turns out my ratio was like 11-to-1. I was like, oh man, I'm not as good as I thought I was, as the numbers say. And I started tracking myself and I'm like, okay. And I started asking people that were, hey bro, check out my pitch. Hear me out. Hey, look. And then I wanted to get better. Hey, look, you should change this. You should try this. You should do this. Next thing you know, I'm working on my pitch. Got my ratio all the way down to 4-1. I know if I talk to 4 people, I'm going to get 1 bill. I knew it. Because that was the consistent number that I was numbers that I was putting up when I was pitching. And I do the same thing here for the 8-point system. I have another one. I have my tallies for the 8-point system. I track my 8 points as the day's going. I don't wait till the end of the night to add in my points. I'm super forgetful. I will forget. So as I'm making a comp, if I have some tallies on my phone for the 8-point system, as soon as I get off a meeting, as I'm done, not during the meeting, while I'm done, boom, get myself a point. Right? After the 5 o'clock call on Tuesdays and Thursdays, get myself a point. After I'm done watching Earl Nightingale or I do any personal development, get myself a point. Got a bill, add up the points. Got to close, add them up. At the end of the day, and this is super cool because all you got to do here is, where is it?
Hey, Johnny, what app are you using? Quick question. Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good. Any questions anybody has, put them in the chat or ask them. You're good. This is just a tally app. You just put tally counter and a bunch of them will pop up. I don't even know what the name of this one is. What's
There's
cool
one
about this?
called Q Tally on Apple.
Q Tally on Apple. There you go. What's cool about this is that at the end of the night, you can go, boom, export. And what I do is I'll export them. I'll send it to myself. Okay, this one exports it a little bit different. But I export my numbers from the tally, and I input it directly into the copy and paste and input it directly to the WhatsApp or the backend stuff. What is my door-to-door script, Sarah? We can talk about it after. I have a pretty good script. I'm pretty confident. Everyone has a little bit different one, but I'm more than happy to share mine with you. I can send it to you in the WhatsApp. Let's see. Let me go through the chat real quick. Oh, Sarah, I love. I'm going through the chat. I'm going back really quick. I love what you put right here. The mind does not care what you plant. It will just give you what you plant. Right? When he's talking, it doesn't care if you plant corn or if you plant poison. It's going to give you whatever you plant. I love it. The strangest secret is not a secret. We are what we think about. These are all great. I love these. Take my son. Tony. It's starting the solar right, huh? Nice. Let's go back, guys. Track yourself. Do yourself a favor. Track yourself. 8-point system. Hold yourself accountable. You can have an accountability partner, but you can lie to them. You can lie. Hey, bro, we're all going to go to the gym. You're going to go your time. I'll go my time. We're all going to the gym, though. And every day, hey, hit me up and make sure I went. Hey, did you go to the gym? Yeah, sure I went. 6 months later, 3 months later, hey, bro, you've been saying you're going to the gym, but you look the same. Matter of fact, you look worse. I don't think you're going to the gym, right? But you can lie to people. You can't lie to yourself. Hold yourself accountable, which leads to the last one. Don't BS yourself. You can lie to me all you want. I don't care. You're lying to yourself, and that's what really hurts. I used to lie to myself all the time. When I changed that, I tell people now, like, shit. Like, Johnny, don't lie to me. I don't even lie to myself. Why would I lie to you? Take action. You can do all the tracking. You can do all the being realistic. You can do all the training in the world. You still got to take action. All that practice doesn't count if you don't put it to use. You have to take action. Guys, right now, during the 12 o'clock, this past week, the 12 o'clock trainings during the week were great. There's a lot of participation. I love seeing that because usually it's only like 2 or 3 people speaking or talking. It's always Don. Now that Coffee's in Coffee. That's George and Chris. And sometimes other people, if I missed you, I'm sorry, but like those are the ones that I just remember off top. Sometimes there's people up there, there's 20 people and people aren't participating. Those trainings are for you to practice, to ask the questions you got to ask, the quote unquote dumb questions that you feel like you need to ask and you're afraid to ask. That's the place to ask them. I could almost guarantee you don't know how many times I've been in a call and I've been wanting to ask something, but I'm like, it might be dumb. And then someone else says it, ask the question that I was thinking about. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad they asked that shit because I wanted to ask that, but I felt embarrassed. Someone's more than likely thinking the same thing you are. Ask it, right? Take action. Control the controllable, right? 10 things that you can control. I don't want to hear this. I can't control this. I can't control that. Well, here's a quick list of 10 things that you can control. You can't control your thoughts. You can focus on what's going right, or you can focus on what's going wrong. Take your pick. Pick your poison, baby. Your productivity level and effort, 100% control. You can control your work ethic, your schedule. I hope everyone here has a schedule. If you don't have one, make one. I can almost guarantee if I reach out to all the high performers here, the people that I constantly see on the board, they all have a schedule, right? If you don't have one, these are very quick. Use the Numbers app if you have an iPhone. Use a Numbers app. You can put up a schedule, and you can build yourself a template. I have multiple layers of scheduling. This is my number one. This is my layer one. Every night, I have my, look at that, right here. I do my affirmations after I put my kid, I read to my son at 8:30, put him to bed at 9, right? It might take a little longer sometimes. I do my affirmations, and I work on my schedule for the next day every single night. Every night. And now it takes me 2 minutes. After I'm done doing that, I read and I do the training courses, and then I take my ass to bed. Right? But I have a schedule. My warm market, my follow-ups, right? We're doing the training. Today I got to call this guy Juan, and tomorrow, cold calling, 1 o'clock. Well, not on Mondays, but Tuesday through Friday. Look, cold calling at 1 o'clock after the 12 o'clock trainings. I'm cold calling. Right? Pick up my little man. And then once I'm done picking up my lady from work and I'm home and settled in, if I don't have appointments, I'm reaching out to my warm market and my follow-ups up until 8:30. 8:30, 9 o'clock, depends how I'm feeling, but usually up to here. I'm calling. I have my schedule. Have your schedule locked in. Look at that. And everything looks almost the same. Some things might change here and there, right? 3-way calls. Someone's asking, can you help me make 3-way calls? I got you. Here, Thursday at 11 o'clock, let's lock in. Let's do it. Launch event. We're locked in, baby. Right? Project management. All this stuff. Put your schedule together. What's cool about this app is that you have your start time, and then you can change your time blocks. You can do 15-minute. You can have 30-minute increments, an hour. I like 30 minutes because it's right in between. If I'm going to double up on something, like right here, look, just add a little spacer, and I'm good. This is changed the game for me. Changed my life, right? It might sound like, but it really did. I'm so used to, and most people are so used to people telling them what to do. When you have a regular 9 to 5, hey, you start at this time, you're taking your break at this time, you're taking your lunch at this time, you're getting your ass out at this time. People are telling you when to come in, when to come out. So this is, I think, what for me was the make or break, because I was so used to clock it in, clock it out, whereas I had to layer my stuff. This is layer number one. Layer number two is I use Time Tree. I know some people use Calendly, different things. Like anything that I need a reminder for, I put it on my Time Tree. And anything that I need a super duper reminder for, I set an alarm. Numbers app, Time Tree, alarm. If anybody here wants this template, let me know. I can send you the template, and then you can just adjust it yourself. All right. But you can control your schedule. You can control how you treat others, which is very important. The imagery that you allow in your head is super important. This goes back to Earl Nightingale, what he was talking about as well, right? Whatever you think about, whatever you think of yourself, goes a long way. So the image you allow in your head is controlled by you. The structure and cleanliness of your space is controlled by you. I can't work in a messy area, right? Your meals, what you eat, right? Your view of yourself and your level of honesty with other people, and most importantly with yourself, is 100% controllable by you. So be very wary of, stop lying to yourself. If you are, stop. Recap, right? What's your why? Write it down. And if you guys haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. And there's a section on there where he talks about graduating your why, or else you're stuck, right? And then it goes hand in hand with the Atomic Habits. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, read it. It's more about not just goals, about systems, right? You guys think the Detroit Lions, when they went 0-16, you guys didn't think you didn't think their goal was to win the Super Bowl? Everyone's goal is to win the Super Bowl, but they didn't have the adequate system for that. I can almost guarantee you, any player, any athlete that plays any professional sport is like, hey, I want to suck this year. I want to win. But it's what system do you have in place, right? But graduating your why. Again, your next 5 moves by Patrick Bet-David. Amazing book. What is your why? Write that down. If it's not written down, it isn't the plan. It's just a thought. Your plan is your GPS. Be specific. Write down dates. Right? Reverse engineer your month. Break it down into weeks. Break those weeks down into days and break those down into hours. And you guys already saw a quick example of mine, right? I didn't go super detailed with my full plans, but I got my calendar. I broke down what I want to do for the month, for the year, year, month, weeks, days. And now you guys see my calendar. Break it down into hours. I know what I'm doing. And it's sad to say, there's some people on this call that don't even know what the hell they're going to do after this call. I know what I'm going to do. I know the high rollers, the high movers and shakers know what they're going to do. Some people don't even know what the hell you're going to do after this call. If you don't know what you're going to do after this call, damn sure don't know what you're going to do by the end of the day. Damn sure don't know what you do by the end of the week. Damn sure don't know what you're going to do by the end of the month. And you for sure don't know where you're going to be at the end of the year. Right? Narrow it down. Day by day. Sometimes even hour by hour. Break it down. Be specific. Be realistic. Stretch. Don't stress. Right? You're not going to go to the gym the first day in the gym and start bench pressing 300 pounds. Doesn't work like that. You can get hurt. Right? That's where the mentors come in. Mentors are coaches. You guys there's excellent coaches here. Excellent train. Excellent. There's a lot of people here that I learned a lot from a lot of people here. And when I came in the game, I wanted to come and swing for the fences. And my mentor had to tell me, hey, bro, take it a day at a time. Stretch, don't stress. Improve incrementally and track yourself daily. And then take action. Control the controllable. Be honest with yourself. And just don't BS yourself. Do yourself a favor and don't BS yourself. Okay? This is me right here, your boy Johnny. This was literally a few months before I quit and I started doing solar full time. Right? Millwork Pioneers. This gentleman right here, this is at the Union Hall. We were doing additional training. I think we were doing either Corian or how to seam Corian, or we were resurfacing cabinets, plastic laminate cabinets. We were ripping it, not even ripping it out, scuffing it, and putting new plastic laminate over cabinets and making them look cool. This gentleman right here is my cousin, and this is his twin brother. These guys grew up in Santa Ana, California, had a very rough childhood. They did a lot of time in prison. My cousin, I think, did like 16 years, and I think he did about 12. And I can openly speak about it because he committed a murder at the age of like 13, 14. Did a lot of time in prison. Came out, said that's not my life, the life I want to live. He started doing construction. In construction, he joined the union, and then he realized that I want to be my own boss. And he started his own company. A guy from the hood. If you guys know Santa Ana, California, right? If some of you do, that's where they're from. Someone that was in prison. As a matter of fact, I think everyone here was in prison except me. I think I asked him, hey, is that a requirement to join your company? Do I have to like do minimum of 5 years or something? Like everyone here is like ex-convicts. But he went from an ex-convict who people said he wasn't going to amount to anything to now having a multi-million-dollar construction company called Millwork Pioneers. Started off in California. Now he's in Utah, Arizona, Texas, Colorado, and currently in Nevada. And most of his work comes from Las Vegas. He's working at all the big casinos. That's where most of his business is at now. So he ended up moving to out there. But this is me, your boy right here, resurfacing cabinets and my steel toes. I don't know if you guys know any of this goofy TikToker. I don't know him, but my cousin, I guess, knows him. His wife is his wife. She knows him and invited him to a job site and did a crazy TikTok. They actually got in trouble for that. OSHA. It's your boy right here. Look at me, my steel toe. Look at the steel sticking out the toe right there. I was hard-headed. Like, Johnny, you need new boots. I love them, though. They're comfy. Right? These are my people right here. We were installing these. If you ever see nice paneling.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Okay.
So
There you go. If you guys ever seen like nice paneling, nice cabinet, I did commercial. So we were installing all these cabinets right here. And I learned a lot. A lot of this I bring into here, being very precise. Everything here that we do, this gap has to be exactly the same. It has to be lasered in. it can't be off by a 16th of an inch, because if not by the end of the wall, it'll be off by a quarter inch. You don't want a crooked wall. All right. Gentleman Cowboy, he taught me, hey man, doing things right the first time and what we do is working fast. And I take that and I applied it to my life. I'd like to do things right the first time. We all make mistakes, but I do my best to do things right the first time. When you do things right, that is working fast. This is me when my ladies say, hey, how's your day going? That's how it's going, right? And this was me. In 6 months, I told you guys, I started in May 2022, like full time. A company of like 300 to 400 people. People that were been in solar for decades, people that have been in sales for over 3 decades. I had people tell me, bro, I have shoes older than you. When I came in, I thought I was hot stuff. And they're like, man, I got shoes older than you. We got you. 0 sales experience. Right here. And they're becoming the rookie champion for the summer trophy race and for a conference of champions. In 6 months, I became the number 2 sales rep in the whole company. In 6 months. I should have been the number 1 rookie for the number 1 year, but I closed so many deals that it's something I'm not boasting, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not lying to myself. I got so many closed deals that they took me out of the rookie category and put me in the veterans. So if not, I would have got it. I'm still kind of sour. I should have got a super nice fancy trophy, but I still became the rookie champion for the summer trophy race. And if you guys have been in solar, you guys know the summer. That's when all the big boys come out. That's when everybody that's when the big guns come out. That's when most of the money's made in solar, during the summertime. 0 sales experience, straight off a construction site, straight out of a porta potty, straight out there, came back, became a champion. So I know a little bit about solar, right? But if I can do it, if I can go from this to this, by just having a plan and being a little bit more organized, anyone can do it. Some hip hopper, construction guy with 0 sales experience came in and took it and did relatively well. Anyone can do it with a little organization and time, having a plan. And that's what I got for you guys for today. Let me read through the chat. If I can send you the template. Anybody here that wants the template, please just hit me up on Johnny Montes. Hit me up on WhatsApp, please. Going through this, right? Coming door to door. Did wonders for me too. Angel's always killing it. She's always killing it. I see you and I get fired up. I see Idris. I see the numbers that all you guys are putting up, and I'm like, man, I need to step it up. 8-point system, baby. The union's a lifesaver for ex-convicts. Yes, you're right. You're right. 100%. A lot of people there, right? They did my brother's keeper program as well. I met a lot of people there that were, like you said, that were ex-convicts and they're trying to do a better life. People weren't giving them jobs, and the union will help you. They will put you in a better position. They've helped people get off the streets, giving them a job, and there's some of those ex-convicts I showed you guys are some of the best people I've ever met in my life. Some of the most loyal, some of the most honest, some of the most hardworking, some of the most respectful people that I've met in my life. One thing about people that I know that have had a hard life like that, they're super respectful. Something in prison I've seen that's taught a lot of people is respect, which a lot of us lack out here. But a lot of people have a lot of respect, and I learned a lot from them. Before we take off, guys, I'll let you have a little break before the 11 o'clock. We have revamped our 12 o'clock trainings. It's not just door specific. We're doing different topics, different days. We have like a 6-week training program. David, you want to speak on it? Any of the Davids that are on here?
Yes, sir. I'll jump right in. First of all, everybody give it up for your boy, Johnny Montes, throwing down the heat. Come off mute. Give him a shout out. Give him a sheesh. Sheesh. My boy.
All right.
Hey!
Johnny.
Johnny
Good
boy.
job, Johnny. Awesome job, man.
Awesome training. Wow.
It all
Thank you,
started with
Johnny.
the why.
Let's great training, Johnny. Yes, sir. He's throwing down. He's giving
Hey,
a
Johnny, you killed it, bro. You killed it.
yes.
Thanks, fam.
Hey, he's giving a training. plan and being prepared, and you know that he was out here getting prepared to throw down on that training. Very, very good stuff, Johnny. Give him some ones in the chat. Throw some love in the group in the WhatsApp. And yeah, just to touch very briefly on our door-to-door training. Some of you guys are asking for a script, and I just want to give you guys a reminder that we have re-injected life into our door-to-door trainings, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, every Tuesday through Friday. Johnny runs it on Wednesday. Luis runs it on Tuesday, going back that way. David Rendon runs it on Thursday. I myself run it on Friday. So those of you that are asking for a script, it'd be very easy to just send you a script and tell you, hey, go run with it. But that's not going to do you justice, and it's not going to do us justice. Remember, there's no shortcuts on this stuff, right? So come and join us every Tuesday through Friday. We'd love to have you guys there. And we're putting our heart and soul into that Tuesdays through Fridays. If you want to see Johnny specifically, come on Wednesday. He'll tell you all about his process, and we would love to have you guys. But yeah, back to you, Johnny. And David Rendon, if you have anything else, or Luis, if you have anything to add, you can add it. But great training today, Johnny. Thank you.
Thanks, my friend. No, these guys have been dropping heat. Luis tomorrow at noon. It's also Luis's birthday, so show him some love in the WhatsApp or IG, or send him something on Cash App or something. I don't know what people do nowadays, but show him some love. Luis is doing a training tomorrow. I run it on Wednesdays. David Rendon Thursdays, and Mr. Ramos on Friday. Man, heat. Like I said, it's not just door knocking specific, but we do go over scripts. We go over the 6 steps. We go over, closing with your closer, how to be a co-closer, and also be the assistant buyer, right? Things like that. Because some of you guys are new, and it's okay. Well, we're here to coach you and show you different things like that. Last week I did one on killing the bill. David and Don did a badass one on the trainings that we have in our back office. So just continue to tune in. We got you guys. I'm out of California, but I'm learning about other markets. If you guys have questions, not even just to close your deal, but just if you guys have questions, hit me up, right? You guys have my line. Use it. Coffee. She knows. She's got my line. She uses it, and I love it. She's like, hey, I'm not sorry if I'm bugging you. You're not bugging me. You're straight. The more you use my number, the more, we get to learn. I learn from her too. I learn from all you guys. Any of you guys that reach out to me, I learn from you guys as well. So you have our number. Use it. You'll know when I don't want to talk to you. I'll block your ass. It's that easy. Technology, right? But no, we're here to help each other out. We're family. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. If anybody has any additional questions or anything to say it now. I'll give you guys 15 seconds. If not, then we'll take a little break, and I'll see the rest of you guys at 11 o'clock. No? All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Here.
So Johnny, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Great training, by the way, Johnny. I'm headed to the office as we speak. Just want to let everyone know that 12 o'clock training is fire. When JC talks about staying close to the bonfire, this 12 o'clock training is the bonfire every day. So, I just want to encourage everyone to, try it out, because that bonfire is on fire, and it's definitely going to help you grow. Have a good day, everyone.
Hey Johnny, this is Carlton out of Queens. I did put in the chat requesting that script and that template. I don't know if you saw that, but would appreciate if you could send that to me. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah. Do me a favor. Hit me up on the WhatsApp. Johnny Montes. Yeah,
Johnny Montes.
Yeah, hit me up. Johnny Montes. Anything
all right. I'm driving, so I'll try and find it on the WhatsApp.
I'm brand new. So pull over. Wait till you start. Well, I'm not trying to be responsible for for a car accident. All right, guys. Thank you all. Love you all. Thank you for showing up. You guys fire me up. A lot of you guys see so much activity. I love seeing it, man. I thought my numbers were decent, putting up 8-10 points, and I see some of you guys with 40, 30 on the 8-point system, 60. I'm like, man, I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. So thank you guys as well for showing up and making me better, and making all of us and making each other better.
Is that Johnny, Jonny?
Yeah. Johnnny, Johnny Montes.
Oh, Johny. And the last name is?
Montes.
Montes.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
For sure, buddy. Well, thank you. I don't know if we're gonna stay. I think we're just gonna stay on here. Oh shit! Sorry, we're gonna be
Yeah,
popping up
probably.
at 11 o'clock, so we're just taking a quick break. But thank you everybody who showed up and showed up on time. Appreciate you.
Recording stopped.
Thanks for holding, people. We'll be back in a few minutes. Give us a little time to set up.
Good morning, Johnny.
In a few more minutes, guys. We're trying to set something up, all right? We'll be with you in a few minutes. I should be playing some music for you guys or something, huh? Some Marvin Gaye or something. See, I was born in the wrong era. Give me like 2 minutes, and if not, we'll just keep it running.
Great training. This is Chris from Long Beach.
There you go. Let's go around the horn, baby. Let us know where you're from. If you haven't, some of you already have, some of you haven't, so let us know where you're from.
What's up, guys? This is Brad from Illinois.
Everyone, this is Roberto from Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Gabby Tobe, Orlando, Florida.
Hey, good morning, guys. This is David Ramos calling from Inland Empire, sunny Southern California.
What up, everyone? David Rendon, Whittier, California.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for showing up and thank you for sticking around. Jessica called it. Like, probably not many people are going to show up to the office today. People are going back to school. Kids are going back to school. People are running late, spilling coffee. You know, car accidents. Traffic was wild this morning. What's up, David?
I'll be there right now.
All right, cool. I think Matthew's coming as well. Well, let's get started, guys. Go around the horn, right? Let's start it off the way we always started off. Let's talk about some wins. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Weekend was good. It's the strong end, right? Fourth quarter, baby. It's when you got to get stronger. That's when you make or break. You could be some of you guys watching the Olympics, some of you guys, right? Track. Like track. You see some people, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I've seen a bunch of races like where people were like, okay, they're towards the end, they hit that curve, and the straightaway, boom, right? Or lap 1, lap 2, next thing you know, last lap, end up coming to the front, right? Fourth quarter. That's what the weekend is. That's, man, when you can push when you're tired, when you can put, everyone starts off right. Everyone starts off the same. But those people that can just take it to another level or the tail end, that's what makes those winners. Look at the same thing on the weekend, right? The weekend, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, man, those can really can turn your whole week around. I've had weeks where I was out knocking, man, all week, nothing, calls, nothing. And then Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I stick to it. And next thing you know, look, people are off, right? A lot of Fridays, people got paid. They're happy. They got their chelas. You know, they're ready to feel good. People are available. More people are home. I love the weekends. I mean, I love every day. I love Monday too, but the weekends, man. So again, share with me a little bit, guys. Let's go around the horn. Some wins that we got.
I'll go real quick. Before I get out the car, I'm pulling up to the office. David Rendon, pulling up to the office in Downey. Aside from quite a few deals I got over the past few weeks, I got a lot going on. I got probably 3 new leads. They're gonna be sending the bill. I recovered an old appointment. She's like, "Oh, were you thinking about me? Because I just saw my bill. It's like $1,500. I was like, I know it's hot. It's a big problem. You can't be paying that no more." You know, she has little issues. She has like pretty much another house in her backyard that her son built, and it wasn't permitted. So we're gonna see how we go about that. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And she's willing to tear it down if her children weren't living in that house and proceed. But I said, look, we're gonna figure this out. That $1,500 is a really big problem. So yeah, so just like I got more leads than I could handle, and I appreciate that time blocking training you were doing, because I definitely got to utilize that. In addition to that, I got the main thing on my mind is the launch event, building a big team. I got this pretty dope list of 40. I probably intend to stretch it to 60, and I've called 10 of them so far. Good feedback. I think right now I got locked in quite a few potential recruits, a few people just coming to support, make the event look more lively. But yeah, a lot of things going on. Super excited about everything. And I'll see you all in a couple minutes. I'm pulling up right now.
Love it. There you go. And cooking up, always doing something. You guys keep an eye out for David. He's cooking some in the terms of flavor, cooking up some pozole, right? He's cooking up some good stuff, and he's making some stuff happen. And he said he's been on fire the last few weeks. Anyone else? Let's share some wins. Leads.
What's up, Johnny?
Talk to me, Chris.
It's Chris from Long Beach. I have a few seconds right now, but I had made it a point to shoot for 10 guests at the upcoming event, and I was counting it out today. I have 11 people that have stated that they're going to come, right? We can expect maybe a percentage of those people to actually follow through and show up. but to help out with that, I also offered to carpool a few people that are going to come and support me. So I'm going to be swooping up my brother and his girlfriend and my younger brother. So I have 3 people that are going to be carpooling with me. So there's no way out, right? I want them to see the whole thing. And I had an in-person presentation showing the plan for the business for somebody that I respect, that's a business owner. So I showed him the plan. We ended up talking for over an hour and a half after I went through the whole presentation. So I used a third-party tool in order to present. And then I was picking his brain. I'm like, how would you approach this business if you were in my position, right? And he started just breaking down, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. So he already told me he has connections with the Chamber of Commerce here in Long Beach. And he's an alumni from Cal State Long Beach. So he would taproot through a bunch of connections that he has there. And then he was in business classes. So he's well connected with a lot of the instructors at the college in the business field. So next up, he's coming to the launch event. And the goal is to get him onboarded as a builder because, yeah, he's well connected and he's business savvy and he's hungry. So I'm excited about that. That's some of the little wins I got going on.
Work, man. Let's show some love. Let's show some love. And like you said, you already hit your goal of 10. You already hit it. You said you got 11 people that are saying they're going to come, right? Let's take that up a notch. You still got a week. Let's go for 15. Let's go for 20, right? You don't have to go for 1 million, but you already hit your goal. You already hit your 10. Let's take it up a little bit, right? 15, 20, whatever you're closer to. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for sharing, Chris. Around the horn. Let's take it again. Who else got some wins, new leads, new builders, deals closed? Who got a little something? I see Roberto. Talk to me.
Hey, Johnny. Yeah, so I got my first builder. Not sure if she's on the line. Jen, are you on the line? No? Okay. So I'm very excited about Jen. She's very motivated. She's part of the Chamber of Commerce here in my city. That's where we met. And yeah, I'm super excited. My first builder. And then we're meeting with a builder that she's going to try to bring it on board tomorrow. So she's excited. She's on fire. She has a very, very big book of business. So I'm excited for this one. So I just want to share that with everyone.
Nice. Love it. You're always active, man. You're always active, whether it's closing deals, setting appointments, doing your networking, right? Recruiting, working everything. All the pillars, really taking full advantage of the business. And I see you, man. And Roberto and I actually have a mutual friend, a friend that I went to school with since elementary school. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy to find out.
Yeah, you should definitely try to join one of those mastermind meetings, bro. They're very, very, they're just bombarded with ideas. So.
Nice. Will do, brother. Thank you. Anyone else? What other victories we have that you guys want to share? Wins. Let's talk about wins. Let's talk about the good stuff.
Johnny, what's popping?
Talk to me.
All right. So today is my one of many launch parties. I'm going to do several. So we have 60 confirmed, only 1 cancellation, and I am actually going to get my assistant to call to confirm everybody today before tonight. So we're going to get it popping, get all those people on for them to hear what we're doing and hop on this train that we're on. So I'm super excited about that. And I love it because it's not a situation where, you know how we invite people to events and then they come back, oh, no, I don't think everybody has been showing so much love and confirming that they're showing up. And then I had a prospect yesterday that's in LA, did it through, I get it from you, Angel. You rubbing off on us, girl. You done gave us a BYLD bug in Houston. She gave us a BYLD virus. And then one of my prospects messaged me yesterday, said, can I bring a friend with me? What? Let me send you the guest link. So I have 3 confirmed guests for LA. And guess where I got them from? The inbox and Facebook. All you got to do is go click search. Right, type in friends in Los Angeles, and it'll pull up everybody on your friends list that is in LA, especially if you have a big friends list. So definitely hit those people up, baby. Get their butts in the seats. Let's go.
Love it. Love it. You got to show some love because she just got her, you said you got your master's, right? As well?
Yes, sir. I did. Last Monday.
Yeah. Got her master's, got people pulling up to the event. She's got her own lunch going on. Not the first of many as well.
The first of many. Let's go.
This is why I love talking when you guys speak, because I learn from you guys. Just like Coffee said, you know, she got the bug from Angel. Angel gave everybody that BYLD bug. I get that from all you guys. When all you guys share that, it's like, look, she just kicked some game. You're looking for someone in LA to go to your launch event, go to your search bar, friends in Los Angeles, right? Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Is once you click on it, it'll literally show you everybody in Los Angeles. And then if you want to hit it broader than that, just pull up all your friends in California. But I did Los Angeles because I was like, let me see who actually is in the city that I can connect to. Because several people are like, I live 4 hours away, whatever, because I don't know California like that. But still, hop in there, talk to everybody from California. But more importantly, get the LA people, get their butts in the seat. And the one thing that I did not do is give them the information. I gave them so little information but it was a pique the curiosity without giving details. So sometimes people won't show up if you give them too much information. So make sure you're meticulous in your approach of piquing curiosity too.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. 100%. How many of you guys that have been tuning into the training have heard us say that, or have heard David Ramos say that, when people ask about setting appointments in general, right? Whether it's to your event or it's for an appointment. And you snatch up a bill. Don't pique curiosity. You want people in curiosity mode, not in information mode. You give too much information, they won't show up. Whether it's your event, whether it's your appointment. Give them just enough. And that's what the appointment is for. That's what these events are for. Pique the curiosity. They show up. The event is for the event. You give them all the information. I'm like, well, you just gave me all the info. I don't need to go anymore. Great stuff, man. Show some love. You guys got to show some love to Coffee. Whoop, whoop. All right. Who else? Who else got some? Who else got some wins they want to share?
I'll pop in, Joe. But something really exciting for me is as you guys know, I've been working my network marketing skills. I've been trying to keep up with P. Coffee Brown. Watching her make moves, and it was a slow sales week for me last week, but my builders are starting to build, which is really cool. So I brought on a builder named Paul, and I met with a potential builder last week. He said he's going to sign up underneath Paul tomorrow, and then he also has another one scheduled for me today at 1 p.m. So my little tree is starting to grow. My little tree's starting to grow that way. And then I had an affiliate. And sometimes, Johnny, how it goes, man, you get the affiliates and you're like, well, hopefully, because he's like, oh, I'll come on as an affiliate for now, and then I'll hop on as a builder at some point. And, sometimes like that takes a minute. Well, this guy started a Facebook campaign over the weekend. This is a guy I connected you with, Johnny, yesterday. His name's Carlos. So he is a brother of mine that I've known for a few years. And, he's starting to really dip his toe in. He's super pumped up and excited. So I think he's going to sign up as a builder again this week. So, we do have that competition between the other David and Lewis and you and myself. We're trying to see how many people we can get butts in seats. And it's starting to grow for me too. So it's really exciting that my builders are starting to build, and then that's how we're going to continue to create long-term wealth, right? Is by having really large downlines. So that was really exciting for me.
I love that. You guys got to show some love to my boy David, man. They said working all aspects. He's been a solar pro. He's a solar pro. It is what it is, right? But like he said, he's working the actual business. I was told this when I was being, when I spoke to people here when I first learned about builder. Like, look, man, you're just trying to do solar. There's a lot of good companies. But if you're trying to build a team nationwide, we're the place to be. There's not going to be a better place. So if you're going to be here, you might as well build and take advantage of the opportunity. Love it, David. Anyone else? Some wins. My boy Matthew's not on here, huh? He had some wins. He had a good amount of wins. Well, I'll share a few wins. I got two affiliates. Working on a consultant. He doesn't want to become a builder quite yet, but he does want to start up as a consultant. I had a personal sit. Stays kind of all the paperwork for Freedom is complete. Just Enfin, for some reason, the link is not loading. They couldn't assign docs. So that one's like halfway. It's not, I'm not going to call it a sale yet until it's 100% complete. But then I helped out Matthew with the Spanish deal. He could do it on his own. He's already doing his thing. But then his friend was like, hey, my mom only really speaks Spanish. It'd be best if we bring someone. So he asked me if I can help him out, and I pulled up and we did our thing. But most important, but it's teamwork, right? I didn't just show up and close it. He set the table, set the appointment right with the bill, all the information, not a half-ass information. He had the whole bill, all the info. He had he set the proper expectation. I need both people there. There's times that someone will tell you, yeah, they're going to be here. And then you show up and the dad is, doesn't want to come to the table. Or like, don't worry, I make all the decisions. Blah, blah, blah. No, the dad was outside. He let them know that, hey, we need both of you. So showed up, the mom was there, sat with the mom. And then she called the dad and he came out. They were doing construction and he seemed like he didn't really want to sit. And he said, hey, I don't like this. My friend had solar and he says not to do it. He got screwed over, and I just started picking at that. How did they screw him over? Well, I don't even know. Okay, well, look, boom. And then I just went through the process, and wish Matthew was here so he can speak a little bit more about it from his perspective. But he doesn't speak Spanish very well. He understands some of it, right? But what he said in the chat, he understands tonality. He understands, people's energy. He understands body language and all that. So he saw how I got that. The guy sold himself. I just asked questions. Like we were at the exercise we did last Monday. I just asked questions. Just picked at him. Boom, boom, boom. I killed the bill. If you guys showed up to my training last Wednesday, you saw how I killed the bill. I did that same exact thing with him. Showed him down. Hey, look, check this out. They're charging you this much. Your bill was, let's say, $300. Well, 140 of that was just delivery fees, delivery and transportation. What? He was fired up. He was mad. Look as a matter of fact, you get an additional tax just for being in LA County, 4.5% right here. And then he started just going off. Oh my God, the utilities like that, they're always trying to take advantage of people, blah, blah, blah. He got all fired up. So I'm like, I let him talk. He was cursing the utility. And remember, we talked about it last week. Matthew, there he is. What's a question, right, that I told you guys that I asked last week? I was like, hey, so once he was all fired up, I was like, Matthew, what did I ask that guy when he was all fired up?
You asked them, what do they like about about Edison?
And what are the guys? Because like you said, you talking more about the source. Because we're on you, so I'm gonna pass this on to you, and then you talk to us about your wins. We're in that part. So talk to us about your wins.
I'm about to get off the freeway right now. I have some car issues. My car wouldn't turn on. These electric cars, they didn't let me in. I had to break into my own car right now. So I'm about to get off the freeway. So I'll be there in like 2 minutes. So you can take it over right now, and then I'll pull up in the office right now.
Okay, cool. Because you're pretty much the last one we have on wins.
Okay.
We'll wait for you. So you can ring the bell.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, the guy asked the guy what he's like about Edison, but he was already so mad because we killed the bill so good. We went through his delivery charges, wildfire charges, LA County charges, all these things. He was so mad that when we asked him, so what do you like about Edison? He was like, he looked at me like I was stupid. He looked at me like, I don't like anything about Edison. Him and his wife both looked at me like I was just the dumbest person in the world.
Yeah, write this down. Yeah, this is good.
But I loved it. That's what I want. I want that reaction, right? I fired him up and I asked him a stupid question. What do you like about Edison? After he just ranted on them for 10 minutes. He just looked at me like I was an alien. I don't like anything about him. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I asked him a question, right? I usually ask open-ended questions, right? But in that part specifically, I don't want an open-ended question. I want to ask it if, then, and yes or no. Okay. So now that we went through all this, and we showed you what your rate is, what you're paying. If, I didn't say savings, if we can give you predictability and security, do you think that instability, do you think that's something that will solve this problem that you have? And he's like, well, yeah. Perfect. What does that tell me? That's a micro close, right? It's a little micro close. That means yes. If he would have told me, I don't think so, I don't know, I would have circled back, not even showed him the numbers yet, circled back and re-emphasized the problem. But he said, yeah. And I didn't say if I can save you money. If I can pretty much solve this problem that you have, right? Or excuse me, if I can give you predictability and safety, do you think that will solve this problem that you have? He said, yes. Cool. I knew he's ready to see how I can solve my problem. So boom, we showed him the numbers, showed him everything. He liked it. And man, I love it. I love it. I know you guys, you closers love it when someone tells you, okay, so what do I got to do to qualify? Right? You know what time it is, baby. Happy birthday. Give me your birthday. Give me your estimated annual income. And here's a computer. Fill it out. Boom. We had some little credit issues just because the name, Hispanics, right? We have like 50 middle names and like 30 last names. Carlos Martinez Hernandez Fernandez Rodriguez Junior Tercero. So it was like, okay, which one do we put on the credit application? So we tried 3 different names and we tried the wife. It all declined. We tried him again at the very end and we got him. We tried it. So, but again, Matthew, we can't do that if he doesn't set the table and doesn't set the proper expectation. He could have been like, I'm just going to go do it. I don't care. But he's like, no, okay, the mom speaks to me. Let me go. Let me grab somebody. Let's go do this together. And he let them know I need both of you guys there. So it was very smooth. Like he set it up like a true pro. That's how I know he's doing good. And that's why he's kicking ass, because he's setting these expectations with the homeowners before you even sit. He's already steps ahead. He's setting the table right. Right. So props to Matthew for the way that he set that one up. And it was just perfect for us to tee it up. And he said when he gets here, when he's done, he can share his other dubs. But then
Did you ring the bell yet? Did you ring the bell yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I'm parking right here in front of the office right now.
Johnny,
so I'm about to be in there.
You can ring it. You can ring it though.
For a close, right? But wait, we still got one more. So,
my bad.
Yeah, no, for me. Then yesterday, I got hit up by Will. He's not on here. He's working, but Will, he's also been setting these up like a pro, man. He's been just lining them up. Showed up, homeowner, both decision makers there. Out in Covina, sat there, and the homeowner says, "Cool, man. Look, I've never looked into solar. Just letting you know right now, we're not signing anything. We're just here to, see how this is, see how this works. We're not signing anything. I just want to let you know right now." Yeah, cool. No biggie. Let's do this. Boom. 45 minutes into it. Okay, so how do we qualify? Right? Same old thing. Killed his bill, got him pumped up. What do you like about Edison? Nothing. Perfect. So if I can give you predictability, if I can give you safety, and I can give you something, more control, do you think that will solve this problem? Yes. Let's go into the numbers. Same thing. Same exact thing. Didn't change anything. Same exact process, right? Slightly different conversations, but same process. Boom. Wham, bam, thank you, man. Got it in. Survey scheduled. Everything signed, sealed, delivered. So as a mentor, I was 2 for 2. As a closer, I was 2 for 3. My personal technically closed, but didn't close. So it's not official yet. But I did. I did help close 2 deals this week. So those are my wins right there.
Wow. You got 2?
2 mentors. So we're gonna ring that bell. Ring that bell. You record it? These images, because I gotta post it on social.
Let me put that there. It should follow you.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll go.
We're crazy.
Oh, not
We're
yet.
crazy.
Oh, my phone's acting.
You gotta ring that bell, right? We gotta post encore. And...
My phone just booted up. I restarted.
Okay.
All right. All right, Johnny Montes.
2 mentor closes, baby.
One. All right.
But again, this wouldn't be done. We're a team. We're a team. Yeah, I'm a closer, but the people that are setting up these appointments, they're the assistant buyers, and you're also a co-closer. All right. With Will, he speaks during the presentation, but within the flow. He doesn't just butt in. If there's a little downtime, if he sees me changing some stuff, he's either continuing to build rapport, or he's speaking about his experience. Like the guy has a Tesla. We're getting a Tesla Powerwall, and he was talking about certain things that had to do with it. He doesn't throw off my sales flow. Like I said, I think some of you guys showed up in a training that I had closing with your closer. I have a word. I have a phrase for shut the F up. I'll for my closers. I have a phrase for shut the F up. If I tell you, hey, go look at the main panel, that probably means you're talking too much. So when you come back, wind it down. Never had to have that conversation with Will. He knows he speaks within the flow, within the sales flow. And he just amplifies him. He's just a co-closer and an assistant buyer. So it's been a pleasure to work with him. The panel, especially over Zoom. In person, I can kind of like smack you, but if we're over Zoom, I can't do that. And if I see you're talking too much and throwing off my sales flow, I'm going to tell you, hey, Mr. Setter, why don't you go look at that panel real quick and take some additional photos. The ones you sent me earlier were a little blurry. Just go take some new photos and send them to me, please. That means you're talking too much. Shut up when you come back. We'll take a breather and come back and sit down and let me do my thing. But yeah, that's the victories that we got. Anyone else got any wins before we continue to get this rolling? Well, there he is.
What up, man?
Say little homies. You want to ring that bell right off the bat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. Tell us about your wins.
All right, so I have 3 wins this weekend. So Saturday night we had an appointment with Johnny. Found out last minute that the parents only spoke Spanish, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta find somebody that knows Spanish there, So I got hit up Johnny, and we locked that one up there, and it was good being able to have a Spanish speaker to close the deal and go through everything, because I was gonna just do a translation, but I was, it's better to have somebody that speaks Spanish that's a closer instead of me trying to find somebody that's just gonna translate back and forth, because there could be some miscommunication. It might just be not make the presentation as inviting. So we had that one, and then the next day in the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning, I met with a client of my realtors. He sold them a home, and they needed a new roof, and they also wanted to get solar on there as well. So the next day in the morning, 8 a.m. on Sunday, we closed out he's gonna end up going with this contractor to get his roof, but he signed with us to do the solar. And then Sunday at 2 p.m. met with one of my other buddies there. He has his home in Riverside, and he's been wanting to go solar for a while too. He's like, hey, you know what, I'm ready. So met with him at lunch on Sunday at 2 p.m. and closed that one out too. So that's 3 deals. 3 deals this between Saturday night and
3 deals in like 15 hours. There you go. You got to get that bell, my boy. You got to ring that bell.
Straight dog mode, bro.
There you go. Make some noise. Let me ring. Oh, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Everybody's cranking. I love seeing that numbers going up.
Oh, and another 2 wins. I actually got two two more. One of my other clients, he finally went in escrow, and he said once he goes in escrow for his home, because he's buying another home, he's gonna want the full package, solar, roof, and also water filtration too. He wants the full home water filtration on that one. So he literally texted me this morning, and he told me that he's ready to get it started. So he said on his next haircut, we're gonna talk about it. So that should be next week. And then also the last sale that I had on Sunday, he actually signed up as a builder. So we did his home and we split the commissions on that. And then now he got me his cousin. So I'm gonna meet with his cousin today. She lives in Corona. And so we're gonna go meet with his cousin today. She has a $400 Edison bill. And so we got two more coming in.
So
and the builder signed up on Sunday. So
man, talk about raising the bar. That's right. That's what we like. We like when people raise the bar, because now you gotta level up or bounce. Customer term builder. That's what Angel's talking about. That's what we love it. We love it. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to go through a little something. All right. This is going to be, I want some of you to share it, because again, this is training that I was doing a while back, where at another place that I was at, because I was reading this book called, I had like a little, you could say, semi-book club. I ran trainings, but at the same time, I was telling people, hey, we got to read. Yeah, selling solar and all that is great and everything, but you got to level up in other ways as well. So I was reading this book called Your Next 5 Moves. Patrick Bet-David. Some of you guys heard me talk about it, right? Now back to the top. I used to start the meetings the same exact way every time. Schedule. Before we even start, do you have your schedule locked in? If you don't have a schedule, how do you even know where you're going? Your day isn't planned out, and for damn sure you don't know what your week, month, year are going to look like. You can't improvise life if you're working on being successful. I've done it. I've been there, right? Where I want to be, not quite yet, but I got my roadmap. If you're not thinking more than one move ahead, this is a direct quote from that book, you're being driven by ego, emotion, and fear, right? We're not saying this to talk smack, but we have a team here that's looking to grow, and if you're not looking to grow, this is not the right place for you. You guys need help. Look, you know how to get a hold of me. Here's my phone number. Something what I was talking about earlier, right? Graduating your wife. What I'm going to talk about today, something that I learned that was super, super interesting. Some of you here are already entrepreneurs, right? But I didn't know that there was another other terminology, right? This chapter was super dope. It talked about entrepreneur versus intrapreneur. Is anybody familiar with that?
Nope.
No? I wasn't either. Right. So this diagram helped me. It was like, it put it very simple, right? An entrepreneur takes all the risk on their own, right? Secure resources. They have complete control or full ownership, or you have a partnership, right? Entrepreneurs, the company assumes a risk. Right? You rely on the company's resources. You work within a company structure. And technically you say you don't have no ownership, but then we see where the Venn diagram links up. You still have some risk. There's still some risk associated. You still have some resources, especially what we do. We obviously have the autonomy, but we still have we do have some type of ownership. We're IBOs, right? But the beautiful thing is that, I don't know about you guys, but any of you guys installs, did you guys have to call anybody and order solar panels? Did you ever have to call any of the financiers and see if you can personally partner up with them? No, I don't have it. Everything was already done. We have a partner, Freedom Forever. They already have all that done, secured out the way. It's easier to work within their system. People ask me all the time, hey, you should open your own installer. Like, why?
Yeah.
There's already one here that works. I can just plug in. I can just plug into their system. It's already working, right? And what's the worst that can happen, bro? You don't get paid, right? You're not gonna, if something doesn't go through, you're not gonna get paid. Whereas in an entrepreneur, somebody that has to put all this risk, all this money, all this capital, they have a lot to lose. We see installers going out of business left and right now. Yeah. That's not gonna happen to you. That's the entrepreneur, right? These are just some notes that I had. A lot of these are quotes from the book, right? Path to Creating Wealth. You want to choose a path that puts the odds of winning in your favor. What determines if you win any game in business is how good you are It isn't how good you are, it's how good you are relative to your competition. You're at your house playing basketball against your kid, you're like, man, I'm good. And you go to the park, you get your ass balled up, right? It's how good you are compared to relative to your competition. Identify your strengths and weaknesses and place yourself where you have an advantage. All right. In any sport, any game, anything that you play. I mean, you wrestled before, right?
Yeah.
You took your strengths and made them, and you took advantage of that, right? Or is that something? Who here? Anybody here? You can unmute if you want to, right? We're gonna have like slight open discussion. Anything that you particularly do nowadays, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna focus on my strength and give myself an advantage.
What was the question again, Johnny?
The question.
Identify your strengths and your weaknesses and place yourself where you have an advantage. Is there something that you do right now in your business where you're like, okay, this is my strength, I'm going to just focus on this, and this is going to take my business to the next level, or myself?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think that's what I'm doing right now. I recognize that I don't have the same experience that you all do, in generating your leads, knocking doors and all that stuff. So I recognize my weaknesses. So I'm focusing more on my strengths. What are my strengths? My strengths are, networking, attending events. That's something that I've done for years. I just wasn't actively looking for partners, where now that's what I'm focusing on. That's what I have to do.
Nice. You're killing it, bro. Self-awareness, right? It's critical.
Awareness, that's right.
Self-awareness. I know I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I know I work. Right? I come from a blue collar background. Working. That's what we do. In order for me to make money before, I had to get out there and I had to work. I had to move my body. I had to work. So I'm used to that. Right? But I'll learn. I tell people all the time, look, I might not be the smartest person in the world, but I'm a quick learner and I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to outwork people. All right? Climbing your own ladder. Like I said, these aren't things that I'm putting. So these are stuff that I got directly from the book. I'm not some genius. These are things that I read, and it's just amazing. It was life-changing, right? Wealth and success are not waiting for us at the top of anyone else's ladder, right? Sometimes you want to step on people and get to where you got to get, but success is not waiting for you on top of someone else's ladder. You got to get your own ladder, right? Richer life, and rich is just not financially, emotionally, intellectually, is only possible when you take responsibility for your own success, right? If money is your only motivation, you will stop at some point. You gotta have something bigger, right? We were talking about earlier. What's your why? Identify your why. I can almost guarantee you most people's why isn't just the money. My why isn't the money. It's my kid, my family. This is the part in that chapter talking about 5.1 billion reasons to be an entrepreneur, right? Steve Ballmer. Does anybody here know Steve Ballmer?
No.
Steve Ballmer is the richest entrepreneur in the world, right? He has a net worth of $59.1 billion. He was employee number 30 at Microsoft. He carved out a key role being creative and innovative and brought value to himself. He amassed a fortune through stocks and bonuses, and he bought the Los Angeles Clippers for $2 billion in 2014. There you go, Fernie. He says, yeah, there you go. Yeah, he now owns the Clippers. But he was an entrepreneur. And he was an employee at Microsoft. And he carved out a, creative role and just being super innovative. And he brought a bunch of ideas to the company, brought a lot of value, and they paid him stock and a bunch of stuff. And he's balling out of control now. Right. We hear this before. We hear this all the time, right? I heard JC talk about it all the time. He handles it, and he moves like if he was even before when he wasn't the owner. He moved like if he was the owner, and those are 5 qualities of a successful entrepreneur. They think like the entrepreneur. They work, possess urgency, innovate, and protect the brand like the entrepreneur. Protect the brand, innovate, possess the urgency, and you work like the owner. You work like you own this. This is yours. Right? You got to walk around it like, hey, this is my shit. Right? They don't think or act like regular employees, and that's where you see a little amount of people really, really succeed. Right? Working within the system to find ways to improve yourself while also improving the company. Right? A lot of these successful entrepreneurs, they're not working for a paycheck. They're working to build something that gives them pride and fulfillment. And that's how I feel when I'm talking to people. When I'm talking to people, when I'm inviting to the event, I want to make them part of the business. To me, that's fulfilling. Say, hey man, this is what we got going on. Be a part of it. It's amazing. It's amazing what we got going on. And that's why certain companies are where they are. Google, I didn't know this. Google hires creative people, and to leverage their skills, it created a policy to foster entrepreneurship. It's called the 20% idea. So they encourage their employees, in addition to the regular projects, to spend 20% of their time working on what they think will most likely benefit Google. This empowers them to be more creative and innovative. Many of their advances happen in this manner. For example, products that were created during that 20% time: Google News, Gmail, AdSense. I don't use that. I don't know what that is, but that's what, like I said, I'm going to direct copy and paste from the book. But yeah, this is how companies breed entrepreneurs. They put forth the vision that any quote unquote employee can come up through the ranks without putting up their savings, without having to risk their sanity. Well, you still have to risk some of it, right? And you still have the freedom to innovate, execute, and cash in. If that isn't where we're at right now, I don't know what is, right? You can come up through the ranks. You don't have to break the bank. You still have to risk something, but you still have the freedom to be innovative, execute, and to cash in. I know you're being innovative. I'm not even talking about it because I know this is something that you're doing, but you're being really innovative. And you guys will hear about it very soon.
Very soon.
Right? He still has the freedom to be creative. He's not put into this box. And a lot of you guys are, look, you have a coffee having your lunch, right? Traits of companies that attract entrepreneurs, companies like, where their execs are comfortable taking calculated risk and encouraging creativity. Like I said, you're being super creative on that. I'm waiting for that. Like I said, I can't speak on it, but I'm waiting for that. Their compensation plan incentivizes innovation and outstanding performance. You guys see our comp plan. One of the best out there, if not the best. Their execs play offense, which is improve, instead of just playing defense. Cover their asses. We're getting new products, playing offense, improving. Companies that attract entrepreneurs, their execs elevate potential stars rather than hold them back. I don't see anybody here getting held back. If anything, I see a lot of praise on people's social media. Hey, look, this guy just became this guy just became that. Hey, look at this guy's wins. Look at this guy's wins. Right? They actively seek out ideas from all layers of the organization. And they look for young talent to keep the company vibrant and innovative. Remember, guys, not making a move is also a move. Losing time on the clock will come back to haunt you. And if that isn't true, if some of you guys haven't been through it, I know I have. If I knew what I know now, right? That's what they say. If I knew what I knew now, man, it'd be a different story. And one thing that really, really stuck to me was this part. Don't judge an entrepreneur by the final product. Too many people judge them by who they are now instead of who they were before. What did these are very important questions to ask, and I ask these people, not to high-level people that I'm like, I want to be there. I ask them these questions. Hey, what did your schedule look like when you weren't sure if you could pay the mortgage? Right? We see people now that are super successful, but we don't really hear about their struggles. Some people share them. I've heard some of these people's struggles, but these are more intriguing questions. Instead of how'd you get there, it's like, hey, what'd your schedule look like? When you were like rock bottom and you weren't sure if you can pay your bills, car might be getting repoed, what'd your schedule look like? And what helped you get past all your fears and insecurities? Deep questions, right? I can learn a lot more by asking somebody these questions instead of being like, hey man, so how do you like making all this money? Right? Let me see. Let me see. I have something I missed. I think I over-clicked it. Maybe it always, every time I click on some stuff, it always takes us out. Well, I didn't want to run it too long for you guys today. I did want to ask, who's planning on being active? Let's share with us. If you don't want to share it all out and unmute, share it on the chat. How many people are you planning on bringing to the event for Sunday? First of all, who's going to the event?
I'm going.
I'm going.
I see a lot of hands. Angel, I know you're coming. I heard you bringing like 1,000 people with you.
She bringing 1,500, Johnny. 1,500, baby. Yes. I'm bringing 1,000. She gonna bring the 1,500.
Are you guys excited? This is the biggest event, right? There's only one day one. There's only one launch event. There's other conferences, but there's only one day one. How many people are you guys bringing? And how many more people do you think you could bring or invite from now till the end of the week? Right. Chris mentioned that he was his goal was to bring 10, but he's already at 11 invites. Right. So if you're already there, what can you do to take it up a notch?
I think you got to do something, right? You can't just sit there, think about it, dream about it, pray about it. You got to put some action. So I would say, make some phone calls. That's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing.
Make grab phone calls today all day.
Nice.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot. I probably plan on having a minimum of 10 people.
Love it.
Show up.
What's up, guys?
With 20 people confirmed, right? So 20 confirmations, maybe hopefully 10 people show up or more.
You have to do what Chris says he's doing. He's carpooling with people so they can't leave.
Yeah,
they can't leave. Just
Yeah.
rent a bus and be like, hey, let's pull up. I'm picking all of you up. We're all going.
6 in the morning.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm gonna go for 10 more invites, figuring that maybe half of the people will show up. And if you're about to open a grand open any other business, you'd be telling everyone about it. So we got to treat it the same way. If you're opening up a brick and mortar store, you'd be telling everyone. So let's go ahead and treat it like that, especially if you're local to Southern California. You got to get everyone there. So I'm gonna focus on 10 more, and we'll see if I can even blow that out the water.
Love that. I'm with you. I'm going for 10 more as well. I'm going for 10 more.
Who's going with the founder approach? Anybody plan on being a founder, inviting people with the power of being a founder? Hey, I'm a founder of this company. Come see my launch on Saturday. I'm considering it.
Already done.
I'm a founder already.
Already done, baby.
There you go.
I already wired the money, bro.
Yeah, there's only 100 spots.
Mine is already done. I did it the same day.
Wow.
Hey, who do we reach out for that founder spot?
Oh, you have to email. Hold on one second. I'll tell you. Give me 1 second. I will tell you.
Already wired. The founder.
So it's Founders Club at BYLDnetwork.com. Founders Club at BYLDnetwork.com. One more time. Founders Club with an S at BYLDnetwork.com.
Nice.
Can you share that with us?
Thank you.
Yeah? Are you able to?
Huh?
Are you able to put that in the chat for us?
Yeah.
Por favor. Por favor, please.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else know how to say por favor, please, in a different language? Listen, let's universal, right? Por favor, please.
Terocromos.
What's that?
That was Romanian.
Nice.
There you go. Anybody have another one? We got Romanian, you got English, Spanish, Romanian. There you go. Thank you, Coffee.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know everybody's busy. We're picking up their kids. Some kids are getting off early. We're super slammed as well. I'm busy. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I'm gonna go meet up with Luis right now and get some drone shots. But any last comments anybody else wants to make? Any last comments, questions, concerns, encouraging words?
Right. I already say it all the time, right? I learn from everyone here. I just really want to thank all the mentors, taking the time to put all the training together. I really encourage everybody to take notes and take action on all the knowledge that the mentors share with us. didn't know much about solar. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a ton of it, and I'm taking notes every single meeting. So I just really wanted to say thank you to all the mentors. Thank you for taking the time and sharing your knowledge with us.
Yeah, I wanted to say a couple of things. So now that I'm back here in Illinois, I had a site survey this morning, and just want to reemphasize how thorough these guys are. They spent full 2 hours and just super detailed. I've done site surveys in the past, but these guys are next level. So again, I really like their attention to detail.
Nice.
I'm traumatized. I can't even look in Brad's eyes because I feel like if I look in his eyes, I'm going to sign a solar contract. I think everyone just went solar right now. Stone cold closer, bro. This guy's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a week. That's I can't even. How do I keep up with that, Brad? Jeez.
I know you can. I know you got it in you, man.
Well done, man. Well done. I wanted to come on camera too and just give my boy Johnny some props. I can't emphasize enough. The first day that I met Johnny, he comes in, talk about being an entrepreneur, right? What we're talking about today. Johnny, I'm very impressed with your ability to play team and to be part of a bigger team. You didn't the first day I ever met you, Johnny, you came in and you were hungry for knowledge. You were hungry for, hey, how do I fit into this organization? And that's what an entrepreneur does versus an entrepreneur. And you have a knack for being a leader and doing it as part of a team. You lead with humility, you lead with a big heart, and you're very straight up, man. And so I acknowledge you for the way that you lead. I acknowledge you for your crazy talents. Like, you're so unbelievably intelligent. You're always like, oh yeah, I'm not the smartest guy. Yeah, you are, bro. You're very intelligent. You know your stuff. You're super humble, and you're the kind of guy that I would follow. You're a natural born leader, and I appreciate you for your training today. So thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, bro. You're gonna make us cry. Relax.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. I learned a lot from you and David, from Matt, from everybody. I learned a lot from everybody. And you came in and I'm like, all right, cool. We actually knocked doors with David, and he's like, hey man, you need to pull back a little more. So you know what, you're right. He's a pullback king. So ever since we had that, whenever I'm out on the doors, I got to take away a little bit more.
Yep.
But you got to be willing. David too. He says all these nice things, but he's the same. He's humble. He's willing to learn. He's super skilled. I've seen him in action. So lucky to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm lucky to be here. I'm grateful for all you guys that when you guys give feedback as well, we learn. Like today, with Coffee kicked some game today as well. You better go on Facebook, guys, and do what she says she's doing. Take the gems. Everyone here drops gems. We're all gem makers. So something that we're not good at, some of you guys are good at. So just always share it. Always be active. Our calls tomorrow through Friday at noon. Luis and myself and David, and then David again, the other David, kicking some fire, man. If you guys weren't on, you missed out. Do me a favor as well. If you guys like what you heard, what you saw, show some love in the WhatsApp. When you show up to the calls as well, on Tuesday through Friday, when the fellas are done killing it, let everybody know that they're missing out. David and Don had a fire one last on what was it? The ones that
Thursdays.
The ones that what'd you do last week?
Yeah, we go on Thursdays for the majority of the 6 weeks. We're going to be going over the back office virtual training. The one with this week, we're going over Danny Pessy's. Next week, last week we went over Danny Pessy's. This week we're going over Danny Pessy's, and then the next couple of weeks we're going to be going over a super closer that's again in the build back office VT training on the bottom, create your profile, and you can attend those trainings. And we're going to be doing a review every Thursday on that training. Ricardo Ricky. Yeah, master closer. I think he closes like 300-400 deals a year. I've seen him countless times at different seminars, and I'm super excited to dive into that one as well. So Danny Pessy for this week, go ahead and log into that back office portal. It's a build VT all the way at the bottom. Catch up, do the Danny Pessy training, and then we'll reflect on Thursday.
We're going to be posting an agenda very soon as well. So once these guys are done, give them some feedback. If there's something that you guys may want us to do a training on, let us know as well. We can get together and we can brainstorm and put something together. If there's something that you're not seeing, for the most part, come in. We're going to share some game. We're going to share some love. Like I said, when you guys participate, this is what you're talking about. Right here, guys. Build back office, hamburger menu, slide to the bottom, build TV.
Yep. And then you click on that, scroll down and go create account. And then after that, you'll be logging in with the VT login. Keep in mind that's going to be your username, not your email. And then go ahead and dive into the Danny Pessi's. It's short, real short. Just little videos. Take a little quiz after each video. You'll be done with Danny Pessi within 45 minutes to an hour. And I'll see you on Thursday.
All right, guys. Well, have a good rest of your day. Everybody, let's go out there. Let's see some activity. Let's see activity breeds activity. The more active you are, the more active you are. The more you close, the more you close. So let's be active. Let's keep showing some love to everybody. Support each other. Anything you guys need, you know how to reach out to me. Questions, concerns, help. Give me a shout. Thank you for your time, and see you guys on WhatsApp.
Well done, boys. Let's have a good day.
For anyone that needs it, I post the email address that you guys request to become a founder.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.